Namaskar. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces, these four signs are dual signs, which I have already mentioned in the video called Movable, Fixed and Dual Sign in Astrology. Today, I will discuss the difference between them according to fiery type, earthy type, airy type and watery types of signs. Before starting the discussion, I would like to say thank you very much to those of you who have already subscribed my channel. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get update of my each video and listen to the important discussions on astrology and spirituality. First, I am discussing about Gemini. Gemini is a dual sign on the one hand and an airy sign on the other. The conflict of duality is very evident in Gemini. He wants to be still and blend in with everyone around him. Once it spreads around, then folds back into itself. Once he grasps the environment as truth, and next he rejects the environment and wants to be complete within himself. In him, stubbornness and conservatism like Taurus and sociability and conformity like Libra, both are seen together. The name Gemini suggests that he has a mixture of masculinity and femininity. In it, man's creative power and woman's reservoir power can be seen together. Favorable cases indicate solidarity, harmony, cooperation, and in favorable cases, therefore, it again manifests itself in the form of conflict, doubt, skepticism, dilemma, etc. In Gemini, there are two emotions that seem to be in opposition to each other at the bottom level, but combined at a higher level make each other complete and worthwhile. Gemini is not static, it is very active, but that activity does not extend beyond. It cannot transcend the boundaries around it. He becomes active with whatever comes in front of him. If there is nothing else in front of him, he wanders aimlessly around himself, but still does not go beyond his boundaries. He is also very attentive to the detail around him, but he is completely indifferent to the larger world. His sociability, sympathy are all limited within his limit. He has no curiosity about what is outside his boundaries, however important it may be. Anything outside of his direct touch, he does not bother easily. This implies that in case of constant change of environment, he cannot establish himself at all, because he does not have the power to deny the abomination. When it is where, it takes that environment as its own. It becomes active in that. In such a case, he is exposed to excitement, lightness, disorganized mind. But if he can be in the same state, being occupied with the same subject, he can acquire an extraordinary knowledge of every detail about that and amaze people with the brilliancy of his intelligence. Gemini is the sign of drawing room, with which the room is connected. The outside is also connected, but that by crossing the room does not mix outside, but does not prevent it from accepting what comes from outside. This conflict is the nature of Gemini, in which outgoing, reform-loving man and the stable, conservative woman are united. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. The symbol is a pair of male and female figures. The sign indicates west direction. Significator of calm, good-natured, conversant, exalted body, combination, conjunction, twin, hesitancy of mind, hesitating, working together, intercourse between men and women, going secretly to a secret place, honest, simple yet sharp-minded. Mercury has the sense of knowledge, intelligence, and power in Gemini. Softness, beauty of face, wonderful feelings due to the combination of happiness and sadness, creative power, original thinking are seen in this sign. Apart from this, I have discussed in detail in a video related to medical astrology that which sign indicates which part of the human body. I request you to watch that video to know about that. Link is provided in the description. Next, Virgo. Virgo is dualistic and earthy. The duality of Virgo is of a different kind altogether. Although its activity is not outwardly manifested, its velocity is as great as that of an internal river or the sound of the ocean's inner current. Whatever comes to him, he either mixes with himself or throws him away. As such, Virgo is quite unsocial. All its functions are filtered by itself. He has no curiosity about what is not directly related to himself. His world is full of himself and his thoughts. A complete expression of self-interest in Virgo is seen. No other sign has so much self-awareness as Virgo. Hyper-vigilant about himself. He refuses to budge a hair from his rights. All his pursuits are for self-aggrandizement. Even if he is a yogi, that means saint, he will deny even the world. He will say, I am the only one. There is no one else and nothing. If he is a luxurious people and rich, he will seek to make the universe his own, or he will accept as true only that part of the world which is completely within his control. Virgo is dictator, imperialist. Under no circumstances can he tolerate even the slightest exception to his own interests. In politics or business, where self-interest is important, Virgo can easily get established. In the scriptures, Virgo is described as a solitary virgin who sails alone in boundless waters. Light of her own hand lamp shows her the way. He himself is enjoying the harvest of his hand. She is boundless like the deep waters around her, the cold sea. Her motion is unceasing, but her motion is only with herself. She sees only her own path in her own light. Everything around her is darkness to her. That is, the value of his attachment to Virgo, his world, is only that which is favorable to his self-interest. If Virgo's environment will only attract attention of their interest, otherwise it is as fertile as darkness to him. Overall, Virgo can a tireless water, occupying the best place in the world, but whatever he does, whatever he establishes, he himself is the goal of everything. Under no circumstances can he forget himself. Mercury is the lord of Virgo. Virgo indicates south direction, significant, calm, good-natured, long-bodied, intelligent, cool, darkish color, sometimes joyful, sometimes serious, young, full of youth, freshness, smiling, bright complexioned woman, beauty, modesty, tenderness, made modest and pleasant, deprived by others, enlightenment, manifesting or becoming enlightened, artfully expressing one's thought, illuminating the light of learning, dispelling darkness, artistic craftsmanship, uncertainty, judgment, advice, fun, quick completion of a task, ability to judge and analyze, give advice, acquire knowledge, intelligence, memory, argumentation, boy-like agility, versatility, etc. are seen in the native of Virgo. But in each case, there is a vested interest involved. Next, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fiery sign on one side and a dual sign on the other. The duality of Sagittarius is of a different kind altogether. Like Gemini, conflict is not so obvious, and like Virgo, it is not content to revolve around itself. Virgo's motion sustains a block of wood over an infinite body of water. It is dark all around except the way forward. But Sagittarius himself is the archer. His vehicle is the bright horse. His force is the hard ground, and the generous radiance is around him. He himself is the controller of his speed, but does not have to add the power of speed to him. His vehicle, the horse, moves by its own power. He holds on to the power and directs it in his desired direction with just a fingertip. A natural force that was completely under the control of nature. Sagittarius wants to subjugate nature to some extent. Therefore, the full expression of independence can be found in Sagittarius. Like Virgo, he does not reject his surroundings, or like Gemini, he does not want to adapt to the environment and move around within. Like Virgo, he is fixed on her vehicle, but his trajectory stretches forward endlessly. It is not just monotonous liquid water without variety like the course of Virgo. It is the path full of variation, obstacles, dangers, goes difficult, uneven soil. He has to fight obstacles at every step, overcome obstacles and go ahead. His surroundings are clear to direct to him. He is as aware of himself as of his surroundings. He does not deny that which is true and direct, but realizes it and fights with it and brings it under his control. He proceeds through it on the path of liberation. He wants to achieve freedom through truth, which is true freedom. Sagittarius is fearless, but that fearlessness is not associated with stubbornness like Aries. Sagittarians also have a tendency towards idealism, but their ideas are not based on mere fantasy like Aries. It is based on direct experience and sound reasoning. A Sagittarius goal remains constant even in motion. At the same moment, his gaze extends inward and outwards. The power in which animal soul, animal mind has become human intelligence, which can find truth, Shiva and beauty in material nature, has its root in Sagittarius. This is why Lord Jupiter is said to be the ruler of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is said to be the main trine of Jupiter. I have discussed about trines and quadrant in earlier videos. Sagittarius aims for truth, freedom and joy. On the outside, he is endlessly trying, but in the inside, he is still self-built. This is the true spirit of Sagittarius. The symbol or shape of Sagittarius is lower part of horse and upper part of a man with a bow, indicator of east direction. Signification is assertive, hardworking people, short-sighted, greedy, extravagant, horse, calm, gentle, freedom-loving, fearless, idealistic, do not like to stay under others' rule, realistic, seeker to knowledge and truth, intensity. Ninth house of zodiac is Sagittarius. Jupiter is the significator of knowledge and the power to realize the truth. Wisdom, conscience, eloquence, genius, learning, song, peace, calmness are possibly only through Jupiter. Religion, karma, sacrifices, beliefs, bellies, wealth, discovery of truth, intellectuality, seriousness, ambition, benevolence, luxury, seeker of knowledge and truth, swiftness, multiplicity, etc. qualities are seen in Sagittarius. Next and the last dual sign, Pisces. Pisces is dualistic or dual sign, and on the other side it is watery sign. The duality of Pisces is somewhat similar to the duality of Sagittarius in that it has excitement on outside and stillness on the inside. But Pisces is not as self-conscious as Sagittarius and does not have the flamboyance or masculinity of Sagittarius. Pisces is compared to the ocean. The water above it swells in wave, breaking into white foam, but the greater part of it is still below. Below that is the abode of all his jewels and all that is terrible. There is no way to understand it by looking at the upper side or external side of it. Pisces is a piece of deep water. Outside his endless play of emotion, whatever comes to him throws him in a web of emotions. There is no consistency in his attitude. Externally, his mood changes frequently, so it is very difficult to understand him. Like polymorphous crystal, its color changes from moment to moment, but no change reveals in nature. If you want to understand his nature, you need to dive into his heart like a diver. A contradiction is expressed in Pisces because their inner expression does not match their outer expression, so that a clear personality cannot emerge within them. In every matter, a doubt, uncertainty emerges through him. Like Gemini, Pisces wants to overcome the barriers around them, but he embraces whoever comes to him. But as Gemini can adapt to any situation, Pisces cannot. He finds no relief anywhere except in his own obsession, in his own way of thinking. That's why Pisces does not have the sociability of Gemini. Whatever Gemini's activity is expressed externally by sheltering its environment. He himself is fully aware of his environment. But the activeness of Pisces harbors itself, making everything around it in its own and thinking, in its own way. Whatever is external thought of the object, he expressed it in his own way. The activity of Pisces is more pronounced in the emotional world than the material world. Just as the external ego is strong in Virgo, all its actions are motivated by its fulfillment. The source of all thoughts in Pisces in its inner soul. Whatever sensation is outside him, he wants to feel that soul inside. Pisces is the most mysterious of all zodiac signs. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, It indicates north direction. Significator of people, poetry feeling, studious, thoughtful, indulgent nature, multi-talented, sharp-witted, highly emotional, intellectual depth, restless mind, intelligent, impatient, amused, passionate, pleasant, excited, haughty, in teaching or being selfishness, etc. That's all for today. Namaskar.